What's going on, guys? Thank you guys for tuning in to Harrison Family Values, the podcast. I am joined with my boy Mike right now, drummer extraordinaire. All right, so we had a chance to meet in church through me doing like the video and you doing the drumming. But we met before that, I guess. But
Of
it's time to
course.
go to the same church, man. So thank you so much for joining me in this conversation.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
for having
So
me.
I've been trying to get him to have a conversation with me on my podcast for a minute because he's trying to start a podcast. He wants to, well, I don't know if he wants to start one, but he had played with the idea and I told him do it. For sure. Do it,
Still
man.
trying.
Yeah.
Still
And his life story, we wanted to just talk about a little bit real quick and share, just to encourage people because you know what? Life isn't linear and life has ups and downs. And we go into life thinking everything's going to be great. I heard a quote today from the young man that plays the main character in Dune.
Oh yeah.
He said something about we got to stop shifting our mindset to stop looking at life as it's happening and looking at life as we're bringing it. Like we're bringing in life. Life doesn't happen to us. We bring in life. And I was like, that's a deep, deep quote. I know I'm jacking it up. But, and as Christians, sometimes we expect things to go certain ways and it doesn't always go the way we expect. If you didn't know, I'm a divorcee. I am remarried, beautiful wife, but I am a divorcee. And relationships can be very difficult to navigate. I know you have like your own story and you navigating life right now at the same time as well.
It's tough. But yes, as you said, I am a divorcee. I was with my ex-wife. Her and I were together for about 5 years. And it just wasn't sitting right. It was just a lot of inconsistency,
Yeah.
a lot of I don't know if I want to be, I don't know if I want to stay, I don't know if I want to do this, do that, and the third. So it was getting kind of rough. And we of course tried to make it work and had a bunch of long conversations. But just to be mature and be old enough and to be grown ups, we just was like, hey, listen, it might be time to call it quits.
That must have been hard though, like because
We had a child and everything. So yeah.
people don't get into marriage saying this is going to be a 5-year journey and we're going to end it, or a 10-year journey we're going to end it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. So it's
Definitely thought it was going to be a little bit of a long term, but
Yeah.
again, God had other plans, and here we are.
Yeah, and people don't realize men go through a lot of emotions, ups and downs, when they get a divorce. Like how did you cope with that? How do you respond to that?
At first, not too well. I was very stressed. I was very depressed. No, I won't say depressed. I don't like saying that word, but it did sometimes pop up.
It probably was depression.
Yeah, I definitely, had a couple of bouts of like, hey, what am I doing? I'm getting into my 30s. Just things aren't happening the way I expected it to happen.
Yeah.
So, I definitely tried to cope with it with praying. Talked to my mom and dad a lot. Not to say I'm coming from a product, but they are also divorced as well. But they handled it a lot better than a lot of people I've seen.
Yeah.
But I talked to them and tried to get some insight from them, and they helped me out a lot. My sister, she's a lot older than I am, but she has a lot of information about that as well. Yeah. So I was, just a lot of talking it out. I did go to therapy for a little bit. I'm not ashamed to say I went to therapy. Go to therapy.
Therapy is a good thing.
Absolutely, yeah. Mental health is the best health.
Yes. Yeah.
So I did that a couple times, and that was cool. That helped a lot as well. I tried to work out a little bit. I lost a little bit of weight, which is great. Man, I'm trying to, man. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. But
like I told my uncle and I we made a pact in January that we would lose weight before June 1st. June 1st. Yeah.
Not going good.
Not going good. I still got a month and a half. So
food is too good to me, man.
Facts, yo.
Facts. Just want to kick the mic.
Yeah.
But it's getting there. Like I said, I lost a little weight since then. It's been a couple of years now. I've been 2 or 3 years now. So I've done a lot better. I've redirected, and I'm also talking to somebody. I've started another relationship, so that's going great as well. But other than that, man, it's just trying to cope and try to, like I said, talking it out, trying to see where it goes and what people can give to you to help you out.
Yeah. So how's how was the post divorce dating scene?
It was tough, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna tell you because, again, I'm glad we're having this conversation because men getting back out there after a divorce, people don't think
A lot
that
of people
it's-
don't.
They don't. They take that for. They don't understand the stresses that happens because I went through a lot trying to put myself out there.
Yeah.
Meeting this one and that one and trying to protect myself from this one and that one at the same time.
Yeah. At first, actually, it was at first it was hard, but then I like even the person I'm going with now, I'm talking to now. We it was somebody that I knew from in the past, so it kind of settled down. I was a lot happier. I was like, oh man, I don't have to start exactly 100 from square one, 100% from square one. But I did find somebody that we did know from from the past. But in the beginning, man, it was crazy. A lot of people were like, hey, why are you? You just got a divorce, but you're back out in the scene. What are you doing? You're supposed to be waiting. You're supposed to be doing that.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Everybody feel like they got the answers.
yeah, you want me to? Yeah, that too. Like, you want me to be single for the rest of my life? I can't start over. Like, what's going on? So it was tough in the beginning, but it definitely did calm down and cool off. So here we are again.
All right. So now you're in a place now where you found probably a little bit more of yourself. You're coming to yourself. And you're back in the dating stage. Right? You're dating this person.
Yeah.
I think for me it was difficult because I when I first got divorced, I told myself I'm never getting married again.
Yes,
I was on that.
I came across online a couple times too.
I didn't want to get married again. I didn't want to. And after a while, I realized, you know what? I miss the company of a woman, the companionship. I wanted to really be a husband. When I first got married,
Absolutely,
I got married because I wanted to be a husband.
Mm.
And I missed that. I missed being a husband. And when I decided to go out there and date, I realized that even 10, this was what, 15 years ago? 12? About 10 years, 10, 15 years ago, right? I realized dating is difficult. No, dating is
tough,
difficult because
Yeah.
I'm the type that would find one person. Like, I don't have to date multiple people. I find one person and I'll commit to that person.
Yeah.
No matter what, right?
I understand.
And I realized I need to find somebody I'm compatible with. And what I had to stop doing is rushing into being somebody's boyfriend.
Yeah.
I had to stop and say, you know what? I'm not going to try to be somebody's boyfriend. What I'm going to try to do is meet people, no expectations, none of the extracurricular activities.
Yeah, of course.
Boyfriend and girlfriends be getting
That
into.
could muddy the scene a little bit.
Yeah. And really get to know who a person is so that I can find who I want to marry and see if I'm the person that they want to marry as well.
Yeah.
And it's tough because I feel like there's no differentiation anymore between boyfriend and girlfriend and husband and wives. Today, boyfriend and girlfriends want to do exactly what the husband and wives are doing and vice versa. And I'm like,
I agree.
There's this pressure to meet the expectations of whatever role that is in that person's mind. And I was like, it was difficult. It was tough navigating all of it. And then, like, if I could be honest with you, some of these Christian women
really ain't that Christian.
Yeah. Like, they were pressing me like, they were leading with what they could offer me intimately and not just trying to get to know.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's tough.
That definitely happened a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's tough.
You gotta, I guess, like they say, stay focused, brother. Stay focused because it's tough.
Yeah.
And the same, like, when I left my last marriage, even both of us, even her as well, like, we both did a lot of soul searching.
Yeah.
We both did a lot of like thinking. Like, we talked, and we're like really good friends now.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, and I thank God for that, because that situation could go 100% way left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we even talk now, and we just talk like, hey, like, I'm not glad we got a divorce, but I'm glad that we went through that. So now we know for later on future things.
Yeah.
Because now, like I said, just she did a lot of soul searching. She understands what her mistakes were, and the same for me. I did a lot of soul searching, and I know now what I want and what my mistakes were going forward.
Yeah.
So it definitely sometimes it could be a gift and a curse.
Yeah. So now you guys are in a better place now, and so co-parenting is probably pretty easy.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh my
See?
gosh. It's amazing. And
Yeah.
I thank God for it. Because there were some situations in the past where co-parenting was in the trash can, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely thank God for it. I pray that it gets even better because it's
Yeah.
good, but of course everything can get better. Anything
Yeah.
can get better.
Yeah,
But
true.
I'm glad that we are like you said, matured and understand each other where co-parenting is very easy for us. You know what I'm saying? So
Got you.
so yeah, just I guess anybody out there, keep striving. It'll get better.
Yeah.
You know, it takes one day at a time, one foot before the other. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your journey to find your relationship with Christ.
I've been going. I don't want to start off with that, but going to church all my life. My mom has not made it a point in our household. You need to go to church. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. We went to an old, like, at first it was like real Pentecostal, and then of course as we got older, we found out what we liked and we didn't like.
Yeah.
I gave my life to Christ a long time ago, when I was like, it's got to be like 10 or 11 years old, 12 years old.
Wow.
And it started from music and playing and trying to
Yeah.
play the drums. I would watch a drummer, stare at him the whole service. He would be on his phone and I'll just be staring at him.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Because I just wanted to know, like, the mannerisms. What do you do? How do you become a good, better drummer? You know what I'm saying? So started from, watching him, looking at him, getting into music, knowing what music is about. And then one day, song came on, You Are Fred Hammond, Bread of Heaven.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I remember like it was yesterday. And there was a bunch of kids that was up there, and I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna go up there. I'm too cool for this and the third. Yeah. And lo and behold, I was up there boo-hooing. I knew exactly what was going on. I was scared. I was a little scared because my mom, I was like, Mom, I never cried like that before. I was still young. So I was like, Mom, I don't know what's going on. Like, this is kind of crazy. Like, what happened? And she just explained to me, like, you may have given your life to God and you may have changed over. And, since then, that should be a starting point for you to get closer to him throughout your life.
Yeah.
And it really has. And I also now with this, I don't want to keep talking about it, but this new person I'm with now, she's all about like getting closer to God.
Amen.
And I never had that before.
If you're watching this, shout out to you.
Yes. Yeah. I've never had that before, and it's a little bit of a different experience because there's a lot of conversations that I never had before.
Wow.
So now, but they're good conversations, and they're conversations that really open my eyes to like, wow, you're not all about just becoming a wife and getting married. You actually want to, like, she wants to go and have counseling and make sure if you get married that things are going to be, we're all on the same page. And I'm like, that's it's like weight lifted off my shoulders, man. So I appreciate that, and like I said, that's a part of, even now being 32, that's a part of my journey still, with trying to be closer to Christ. So,
Amen.
I feel like I talk a lot, but I'm just,
it's cool, man.
It's a process, man. I pray every day, and of course, I'm not perfect. God still knows my heart. You know what I'm saying? But I do strive to get closer, and I do strive to get better in what I'm doing.
Amen. Amen. And we talked a little bit before the show, like, what brought you to the church that we attend? Like, for me, we had a mailer in the
the little leaflets kind of thing, little paper.
So we decided to go then, but
for me, it was like I was explaining a little bit. I one day I left one church. Another drummer came back to that church, so I had to get my seat up. And this is in my adult years, about 6 or 7 years ago. So I knew what was going on. I wasn't going to be stressed about that. But I passed NCC, and something just told me like, yo, go in there, see what they're about. It's close to your house. Figure it out. See what's going on. Went in there, and an old friend of mine was playing the keyboard. Dave, if you're watching, thank you. And I went in there after service. I walked up. I said, "Hey, what's going on? It's a long time no see." Blah blah blah. Shooting a breeze. And he was like, "Listen, man. Hey, if you still play the drums, if you're not busy, come play next Sunday. We need a drummer fill in." I said, "No problem. That's cool. I'll be here." After that, he was like, "Hey, man, listen. Sometimes when this drummer goes out to play other places, we need somebody to come in and actually fill in." So I was like, "Sure, let me know. Call me." So it was like, first it was like, it started off with every other Sunday. Then sometimes it's a month, and then it'll be a month off, and like another month. And then, excuse me, and then after a while, it was, hey, you want to be, the other gentleman wants to go play at his other church for full time.
Yeah.
Do you want to stay here? And I was like, no problem, I'm here.
That's dope.
And since then, like I said, like I was telling you, everything after that was history.
Yeah, so
and there we are.
Your purpose is being fulfilled in that position right now, and you're doing
Absolutely. It's opened up a lot of doors. I've been playing at a bunch of other places, about whether I guess groups. New York Church of God I play for now as well. And it's opened up a lot of other doors, man. I feel like there's more things coming. Just got to kind of wait and be patient. I'm also trying to work on my skill as well, so I can be open to those. I can be, wait. I'll be ready when those times come. So yeah, man. That's also helped my journey to Christ, and I love it, man. I wouldn't give it up for the world.
Yeah, and I think it's dope that we can leverage our talents, our skills, to draw closer to God, and even encourage others to draw closer to God. Because like your role in the church is pretty big, because you're like the heartbeat of the worship, right?
Trying, man, yeah.
And it draws people in, which is dope. So like you going through some ups and downs, especially in the past couple of years, and you didn't lose heart. So why didn't you lose your faith after being in a situation where you got divorced? And because a lot of men after divorce, they just go away from the Lord. They just do their own thing.
Yeah. Not to be cliche, music, man. Playing the drums. After around that time, I was still with of course with NCC. And I was just I'm like, listen, man, God gave me this gift, God gave me this, God gave me that. I'm not gonna just turn my back on him just because I'm in a rough place.
Yeah.
And that's what I had to keep telling myself, man. Like, yo, just don't give up. Yeah. Things are gonna get better. Things are gonna get better. And I tell myself that even now to this day.
Yeah.
Like, hey, things are gonna get better. Don't worry. Your job may be crap. You may be a little bit overweight, but you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's what kept me going, man. I listen to music constantly, in the car, while I'm sitting playing Madden, while I'm about to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I listen to music constantly. It helps me out. I feel like there's a different song for every mood.
Yeah.
So I just turn on whatever mood I'm listening to. Sometimes it could be anything. And I just go, man. I just pray and do whatever I need to do.
That's dope. Yeah, music is one of those things that could tame the wild beast. Yeah, tame the savage beast for sure.
Yeah, man.
And I appreciate your ministry to the church, and you being like the person that you are, because you have a great energy.
Try, man.
And like real genuine great energy, man.
I try.
Yeah,
Thank you. I try, man. Life's too short. A lot of stuff going on. We had an earthquake yesterday.
We
have no idea what's, you know what I'm saying? That was the weirdest thing I've ever felt. And I've gotten
that was crazy.
Yeah, so many calls, texts. Yo, what happened? My brother lives in Florida now, so he asked me, yo, y'all good up there? What's going on? I'm like, I don't know, man. So my thing is just, it's just life too short. You never know what might happen. That earthquake could have been a 7.9, and we could have been all over the place.
Yeah.
So just I try to keep a good spirit, good mind, good head, because you never know who might else need it. You never know whoever else might not need it or need it. You know what I'm saying? It's just. You never know. So I err on the side of caution.
Got you. Yeah, which makes perfect sense. Yeah, prepare for the worst, but hope for the best.
There you go.
There you go. But thank you so much for being here with me and having this quick conversation, bro. I know we got to do this again.
Absolutely.
If you're available next month, the first Saturday of the month, let's do it, and let's get into like a more in-depth conversation.
Yeah, no problem.
All right?
No problem.
Yeah, I appreciate you for being here.
Yes, sir.
Do you have, you want to share your social media?
Yes. Instagram is thatmanmike _ DAT. Sorry, it's a little ghetto. DAT man Mike 44. You'll find me. It's got my face on there. Light skin. You can't miss it.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like down below. If you had made it this far in the video and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell notification so it'll let you know when I go live, when I upload new videos like I'm doing right now. And if you want to support the channel, you can hit the super thanks button down below or join the Patreon by going to patreon.com/Harrison Family Values. Support the channel there. And we're trying to have great, genuine conversations through the podcast, and you can be a support to us by sharing this out, liking the video, helping the YouTube algorithm, and just being a part of the Harrison extended family. So God bless. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next upload or live stream, we out. Peace.